Starting to go live, folks. Say again. You get it right now. Okay. Say again. I think we'll be okay. We are going live. Yeah, we're doing this thing. We started a little early, so people know we're on. Sometimes they can't find us. So I do it this way half time practice. So we should be available live on YouTube and on here. Why can't we all do this other camera?
Huh?
This other camera's not working.
Stop working?
It's not working the way I want it to. It's so funny. No. It's like college. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. I don't think psychologists, they don't even have a bachelor's. It's fine. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about. You're right, we're going to be out in 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yes. So we have 2 cameras, Facebook, YouTube.
What time on this Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Instagram Live is 15 minutes.
They have Instagram TV too now. So it can be read.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can put up to an hour of content on there. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's an hour.
I think so.
Well, all right.
Hello, Lori. How you doing out there? We are about to get started. That's so funny. Well, I'm seeing pretty good. Actually, it seems like the music can't be loud, but that's not the case. Yes, but I can.
Okay.
Oh, I can. Create a profile now. Just open Facebook. We are almost live. What's the light of time we're wasting? They can hear us. We're now live. Hello, how you doing out there? This is Kings for Queens. I am Comic Strategy. This is JS. We have a guest host today. She is Damaria, and she is going to help us out with our topic today. Rodney is on the way. Not sure where he's at, but we'll just talk bad about him until he gets here. Anyways, so yeah, we're going to get started. Today's show is on sex and relationships. We're talking about toxic relationships. Kind of relationships that we should never get in, but unfortunately at times find ourselves in. So we're going to answer a couple of questions. First question: what are the 5 biggest signs of a toxic relationship? And there it is.
You said that again.
The 5 biggest signs of a toxic relationship.
Physical or verbal abuse.
Can you see him?
You have jealousy, very controlling behavior. You have no privacy.
Get a little cozy.
You have no privacy. But these are some of the attributes of a toxic relationship.
Okay, Damaria, go ahead and.
Yeah, I would agree with all of those. I think also something that we want to be conscious of is just communication patterns. Usually unhealthy communication is a huge part of it. If you feel unheard, if you feel like they're not trying to understand you, if there's a lot of times where you can't express yourself, that's all really important. And then vulnerability, if you're feeling, you should feel vulnerable in a relationship, but it should feel safe to be vulnerable. So if you just kind of feel like you're hanging out there in the wind and you don't feel safe being vulnerable, that's another sign of a toxic relationship.
Rodney.
I mean, y'all hit all of my notes. With the exception, I would say, now I didn't hear it. You said where you actually feel physically threatened.
Yeah.
You know that's really one of the most. Everything else can be. You know, you can kind of work through those. Some of those things are growing pains, and you kind of mistaken as being toxic. But if you got a dude's, busting your dome, that's gonna be there need to be the straw.
I would say constant arguing is not a good thing, which means it could possibly be toxic. Random accusations, or you're constantly getting accused of doing something that you didn't do. They just want to randomly accuse you because for whatever reason they just believe that happened. I am out tactic. What does that mean? It is when someone says, I'm about to leave the relationship in the middle of a conversation like it's over, but they never actually leave. That is a toxic relationship, like cornerstone. The suicidal tactic, where it's like, I'm going to kill myself if things don't go according to how I want it to happen. That is also another cornerstone of the toxic relationship. And this overall consistent negativity, that is also a cornerstone of toxic relationships.
So where's the line between a toxic relationship and a fucked up person? Because
I think they go together.
You cannot have a good relationship with a fucked up person.
Right, but you could have a relationship that may be toxic just because, and that was that was one of the questions I wanted to have, was how we define the toxic. Because you could have someone who does all of those things and they may not be a good fit. So you say like not arguing. I don't mind arguing because I think that's an opportunity for us to exchange our perspectives and our ideas. So if we argue all the time,
that's not really arguing. That's more like a debate. Arguing is when it goes over the top and you're not actually properly resolving anything. Yeah, at least that's what I meant in this context.
Yeah, but see, people don't, and that's a communication style. Some people aren't capable of communicating fully. So I think if you throw somebody out as toxic because y'all have frequent disagreements or arguments, that's jumping ship too soon. That's why I say I don't know, man. If a person fucked up, somebody talking about suicide and shit like that, like that ain't toxic. Now.
That is toxic. What are you how's that not toxic? That's exactly the definition of being toxic.
Poisonous.
Because they're only saying it because they're trying to get you to do what they want you to do. They're not really going to commit suicide. They're just saying that. I'm going to kill myself because
so manipulative and toxic, we put those in. Because when I think toxic, I think the things that will kill you, that will drain you. Well, I think toxic. I don't think toxic is something that's particularly problematic for the sake of a relationship. When I think of something when I'm thinking toxic, when I hear toxic, I'm thinking something that's gonna be fucked up to me.
So you cool with the suicidal person in your life?
Oh, bro, I wouldn't even fuck with them.
That's because they are toxic.
No, that means some people like that.
Okay, well, if they
some
like
people
that,
like that Captain Saber.
If they like that, then it's not toxic.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Some dudes like to have the Captain Saber whole
I think
mentality.
it's still toxic, but we all deal with toxicity, right? And I think it's kind of a gradient. Like most relationships have some level of toxicity within them. I think it's good if we're working towards filtering that out.
But our relationships have toxicity.
I think they have, small portions of it. It's a gradient, right? So you can have a little tiny bit where we're not communicating healthily, because that can become toxic. That can be unhealthy to both of you. But if
Right,
you
that's what toxicity is something that's unhealthy.
So you can
I have to disagree. Toxic is bad. There is no, let's get kind of, you don't take a little bit of poison in the food. It's like, it's only a little bit of poison.
Yeah, I think
that's not how it works.
Have some, just
so
issues
is one thing. Toxicity is a whole nother level.
Okay, so it's not a gradient to you.
There is no gradient toxicity. If you're taking arsenic, you're still taking arsenic.
No, but it's not the same. It's not the same as if you get a pinch of arsenic. I don't know if y'all remember that book Flowers in the Attic. But she was killing them with a little bit of arsenic at a time, as opposed to giving somebody a tablespoon and boom, you dead.
So you say that's better?
It's not better, but it's different. It's going to take you
longer. So you just stay in that relationship because he's going to give you a teaspoon?
No, it's all bad.
It depends on what you're going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because some stuff get better.
And you might be able to fix it.
There are. That's what I'm saying.
Fix what? You take explosive arsenic.
The greater the toxicity.
She do what you want, right? She might act wrong. You know, she might act crazy, but then you like, man, she's bad as hell, and she treats you right. You gonna probably stay there a while. You ain't gonna just leave right away. You know what I mean? You gonna stay there a while.
Well, you might stay there a while, but it's still toxic.
It may be.
Okay.
But you're probably not looking at it
See,
that way while you're in it.
So I think, Damon, you making toxic be
Bad. Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right, and I
Yeah,
think
but
all
you-
relationships can have
but
bad
you can have bad things and they not necessarily be toxic. Toxic
Yeah.
is bad, but bad ain't necessarily toxic. No?
Bad is not necessarily toxic. That's
All
correct.
right. All right.
Toxic is a different level of bad.
So that's what she said.
It's a high. There is no gradient. When you get to toxic level, that's DEFCON 5.
All right.
Well, can something bad elevate to being toxic?
You go bad, really bad, toxic.
Okay, and that's a gradient.
That's not a
That's-
gradient.
yeah,
Toxic
that's it.
has no
That's a
gradient.
gradient.
Toxic is like
Yeah,
you're
you
stuck
just
in it.
get
Ugly.
Toxic is the ultimate.
We're going to question two because y'all is getting on my nerves right
There's
now.
a high side of the gradient, but there's a low side of it.
Gradient. Only a little bit of poison, but she's bad. What the hell? Okay. So anyways, question
But
two.
if you eat McDonald's every now and again, you'll be all right.
That's
If you
poison.
eat it every day,
This is
Yeah.
that's
poison.
not good.
That's not toxic.
This is poison.
It is. It's
This is not toxic.
It's hurting your liver.
It's absolutely toxic.
Absolutely. We can move on.
That's a gradient.
Question two. Why do people stay in toxic relationships? Like apparently because it's good for us.
Oh, that's
Go
not
ahead,
what anyone
JS.
said.
Because they could be in love. You know what I mean? A lot of times when people are in love, it keeps them trapped in toxic relationships.
Yep. If we're talking from like a biological standpoint, we have a chemical called oxytocin that we all produce. It's called the bonding hormone. So if you're sleeping with someone, you produce oxytocin. If you hold their hand, oxytocin. If you hug them, oxytocin. If you cuddle, oxytocin. And that's a bonding hormone. So it physically makes you feel more connected to someone, whether you want to or not. Another thing about that is that women produce oxytocin in higher quantities than men. And that's why we can often see women sleeping around in toxic situations more often. Not only do you love this person, like JS was saying, but you have this physical, biological component that makes it harder to leave.
And that's the end of the show. Thank you for coming. Wow. Okay. Rodney.
I mean, I go. I mean, that's a biological aspect. I think some of it's sociology. I think it's conditioned. Is if you don't have an idea or a real concept of what constitutes a healthy relationship, then a toxic relationship may be. You know, I know guys that will only date women that would make them want to smack the shit out of them. Like that was, and to them that was like okay. And I know women that wouldn't fuck with dude because he ain't love her enough to smack the shit out of her. So those were, it was a sociological thing more so than the oxytocin.
I think they go hand in hand.
You know, you
They
got
go
so
together.
you know those things are just conditioned, not having any idea what the hell a healthy relationship is.
Okay. I actually like those answers better than the first question. I don't know what y'all were talking about, but those answers were much better. So my answer to that question is they don't see how bad it is. That's kind of like the social condition where they're kind of used to it. Low self-esteem. They don't think they can get anything better or do better. And then abuse/children. I went to this seminar about women who get battered, and one of the things they said is the reason why they stay in those relationships is because the person that batters them tends to threaten killing or hurting their kids if something were to happen. And the lack of interaction with the police kind of gives me this mindset of, well, I have to stay in there until at least the kids are a certain age before I can get out. So yes, excellent questions. As you know, Rodney, since you're good, we're going straight to segment 2. So I hope you're ready to go ahead and plug that in.
Damn, I'm ready.
All right, let's do it.
So segment 2.
Yes.
First question.
First question.
What are 3 things not to do in a toxic relationship? So I'm going to go to you first, comment.
All right.
Comments.
Not address the issue. So in other words, you need to communicate. Just because it's toxic does not mean that you just don't try to fix it, because toxicity can be fixed. but usually it's not. But you have to at least do the communication part. Second, you have to stop ignoring the signs, or don't ignore the signs. If you see them, say, well, no, he's had a bad day. No, he just cussed you out and slapped your child. That's not a bad day. There's more to the story. And then you definitely don't want to don't stay status quo. Have enough wherewithal and stuff to say, okay, something needs to change, and work to make that change. Sometimes the change is leave.
Can you pull back a little bit so we can? I don't want to be out up on your ass.
Yeah. You need to drive. It's all good.
I mean, my brother, no homo. I don't get that from nobody but my son.
Y'all good? We're still in.
Can you scoot it back? There.
What?
Scoot it back.
Scoot what back?
Yeah.
Why?
They want to have space.
No. They don't need
Pan out a
space.
little bit. Yeah, there we
Yep,
go.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
Space? Yes, this is a show. This ain't about space.
Sure it is, man.
I mean,
Be
you gotta be
comfortable when they're talking.
No,
I
they
tell
don't.
you come on here and sit up on the. Show me how it's done.
You want to
I
switch? You want to switch?
don't wanna
We'll
buy
switch
on my
sides.
lap.
Just switch sides.
I was showing how it's done.
We'll switch sides. Who's next?
Oh,
I gotta keep the show rolling.
We're talking about things not to do with toxic relationships. I think one important thing to do, I know you're saying that sometimes toxic relationships can be fixed. I think one mistake that we make sometimes is doubling down really quickly. Just because we feel like, oh, this isn't going right, but we're still investing heavily in the relationship. So, I mean, if you feel like already the relationship is toxic, don't move in.
Don't have that child.
Yeah, take the precautions that you need. Don't have a
Don't
child.
buy investment property.
Yeah, I think definitely work on fixing the issue first if it can be fixed, but don't keep moving forward into something that might just get more murky.
We see you out there, Lori.
I have about 4 things. These are all personal. And not to do in a toxic relationship.
We're getting personal.
hold on.
Okay.
Don't get married, all right?
What?
Don't get married. That's what you don't do in a toxic relationship.
I agree.
Never bring up past relationships if you're in a toxic relationship. Never do that. It's always a fight. Always a fight. Never hide your cell phone in a toxic relationship. Never do that. It can end bad. I'm just letting you know. Try not to include them in plans. It can end bad. I'm just telling you this. If you're in a toxic relationship, do not try to keep plans from them. Don't say, don't let them find out the last minute that you're going over your mama's house to eat and you didn't tell them. There could be problems. So I'm just letting you know.
Got a bitch at your mama house?
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. That's how it can end.
Man, toxic relationships.
I'm gonna let JS have the flow on that.
No.
And the only thing I'm adding, no one else added was, don't go buy a pistol.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. See you on the news.
Don't go buy a pistol. Okay, second question. He's toxic. Now what? Well, that's why I say rotation. I like that rotation. Comments?
All right, he's toxic. Now what? It's time to develop an exit plan. Here you go. First thing you do is you set up your pros and cons and say, okay, what are the good things about this dude? What are the bad things? And then that helps you to better define why you need to go if there's any question marks in the first place. Second, find alternatives to fill the holes. The things that you're not getting fulfilled in this relationship that you're supposed to be, find alternatives. Now, I'm not saying go cheat or anything like that. What I am saying is, like for example, he doesn't give you affirmations. Find an alternative to the affirmations. That helps you to strengthen your resolve to leave.
God damn.
And then third,
Whoo, that shit heavy, ain't it? If y'all watching
And
this
then-
shit and it's helping, y'all don't need to be watching us.
I beg to differ.
Y'all need some real help. That was some deep shit.
This is real on the field, man.
That's laying on the couch shit you just dropped, dog. Yeah,
That's real. That's real on the field. So the final thing is plan your date to leave. Tell people that you can trust, and then do it. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun. You might have to go to a lesser apartment or something of that nature. You might have to sleep on somebody's couch, whatever. But do it. Make it happen. In the end, it may take a month, it may take a year, it may take 2 years later. You will be glad that you did.
So, you like Damon's answer? I want to pedal back and say let's add a caveat. It says if he's toxic, now what? Let's not be exclusionary of some of our people who have females that are toxic in their lives, because that can cut both ways.
It can cut both ways. This is a men's talk show geared towards women.
See Damon.
So there we go.
See Damon
We're talking
is
to the ladies out there.
You see how Damon is thinking with his small, constricted
say-
mindset.
he say no.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. He's thinking from a constricted mindset. Let's open our minds, Damon. There are women who are dating
Other
women
women. Okay.
who have toxic relationships.
All right.
See? You gotta back up.
You know what?
Look at the big picture.
I give Rodney a lot of flack, but he's right on this one. So I apologize for this particular thing only.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. I'll tell you what I get, dog. You know, hey, that was big of you. So yeah, let's think about on the female end because those toxic situations can be a lot harder to recognize just because of the hormonal elements. But,
I think one of the things you touched on was my key point. Just maybe starting to focus more on that self-care, taking care of yourself first, and also just kind of, we all have some level of responsibility in every relationship that we're in. I'm not saying that it's your fault that whoever you're with is being toxic towards you, but we have to look into why am I in this relationship? And what am I doing that is contributing to a cycle? A lot of times there's cycles in our relationships and we play a role in it too. It might be that this person yells at you every day, but what are you doing to continue that cycle? Are you trying to break it? Or are you just letting things sit, lie where they are? So looking internally, seeing what you can do to work on yourself, and also taking care of yourself. Do things that make you happy, that make you feel confident, that make you feel strong.
that doesn't mean going to the gun range. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Well, my thing is like everybody else was saying. You know, you need to work on your self-esteem, and you need to save your money because if you're trying to be out, you need the money. And you know, if you want to do leave in the middle of the night, pack up all the stuff while he going to work, you're gonna need some money for it. So that is very important. You can try to talk to your partner, but if it don't work, go back to the money and get out of that.
Or resources. If you have the resources, if you don't, get the resources. One or the other. Or both.
So everybody had some good input. Nobody said the one that I'm about to say. I'm happy. He or she is toxic. Now what? Let's have a heart to heart. Let's have a sit down. Let's lay these things out. What are these elements and components of the relationship that I find toxic? And then, if that person is not agreeable to working towards amending those things, then let's start working towards separating amicably. That's as opposed to now if you had that discussion and the person is not open to it and they're not willing to have that discussion, then that's when you need to really plan that exit strategy. That's all you need to know right then and there. If you have someone, you're opening your heart and mind to them and giving them a list of things that you find very problematic to the extent that it's toxic, and they ignore you or they disregard you, then that's not a relationship you even need to be in. So, and on that note, we're going to shut down segment 2, and we're going to roll over
right into
roll over to segment
Dear JS. That was nice, Rodney. Yeah. Anyways.
That's what the hate, man. The hate. Y'all see that? Y'all know, y'all see I'm on the dark skin brother. Y'all see that, right? I ain't saying the colorism. I'm just asking the question.
All right, we gonna go into segment 3. We going like last week. We going to Dear JS.
Dear JS.
All right, Dear JS. My man gives me gifts whenever he's in trouble or not around when I need him. I love the gifts, but the actions are not changing. What can I do to change this? You can stop accepting these damn gifts if you want something. I know you want to keep the gifts, but you're going to have to stop accepting the gifts if you want something to change. What do y'all think?
Who you going to first?
Let's go to you, Rodney.
Go, Rodney.
If you keep doing the same thing, accept the same thing, you keep getting the same thing. So if you want him to change, or you're happy with the gifts, you're just not happy without the changes, about him not changing, go on and get you some more gifts. Upgrade the gifts. Raise the bar. Raise the bar. You know what I'm saying? So instead of some Prada shoes, get you some Louboutins. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's upgrade. Raise the bar. Watch how that changes. I'm telling you. Listen, dog. He tell you how to get oil change. Ask for some tires too. You know what I'm saying? Change the game on the raise the bar, and then he gonna find another way to appease you in that relationship.
So in other words, he gives a watch. You're like, no, give me a watch and take care of my car and house painting.
Yeah, you raise the bar. If he's gonna use gifts as a and as his escape from being accountable and responsible, then you raise the bar. So then he got to make a decision. Am I willing to give these level of gifts, or am I willing to get back in line with what she's expecting? You got to meet one level that if you raise your level of expectations for him, then he's either going to rise to it, or he's going to be like, man, shit, I get it.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
That's some man shit now.
Stop taking the gifts and communicate. And then when he doesn't change, drop it. Or her. We do live in 2019.
Better get the gifts out.
2019.
Just me?
Yeah.
You were finished?
Yeah, I'm
That
done.
was it?
I'm done. Yeah. Does this feel like I got more to say or something?
Maybe you said a sentence.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Alright. A really interesting part about this question is just you saying, what can I do to change this? If this is just his pattern, sometimes we can't people. We can't change the way that they handle things. Another thing to think about is we all have different, I'm sure you've heard maybe love languages. We all have different ways that we like to express ourselves. Some people are very affectionate. Some people like to give gifts. Some people like to do things for you. And so sometimes we miss each other when we don't understand the other person's love language. So if I don't understand that you like to give gifts as a way of showing your love, then I'm going to keep expecting you to do something different, and I'm always going to miss out what you're really trying to communicate there. So if this might not even really be something very toxic, maybe have a conversation about, where these gifts are coming from. Because it could be that growing up, whenever he did good in school, his parents gave him something, and that's how he learned to do that. So just take that into consideration.
How old are you?
22.
Oh,
Man.
Lord.
I was a knucklehead at 22.
Better call me Mr. Rodney.
Jeez.
I got 3 kids older than you.
All right. Let's go on
Boy.
to number
I
2.
need to get my life together.
Dear JS, I found my husband cheating on me with a coworker. He was very remorseful and has not done it since. But the problem is now the woman he cheated with gives me funny looks and starts telling other coworkers. I have lost respect at work, and since I stuck with my man, how can I address this situation? You need to quit.
Oh, hell no.
You need to quit. I mean, if everybody is looking at you crazy at work, the coworkers, it's gonna make your life hell. I mean, on the real. I mean, it don't matter if you cheated or not, you still going to work every day looking crazy. So,
All right,
That
y'all.
is so bad. Oh, it's so
Am I
bad.
next? Am I next?
You're next. Me next.
I'm
Go ahead.
gonna show you how to fix this shit now. Now, I'm trying not to speak too much ATL when I tell y'all this. This is all you have to do is flip the script, plain and simple. If she's out here talking shit about you, your husband smashed, he moved on from her. You say, look, he hit that trash push and he let you go. He stayed home where the good shit is. So what the fuck you talking about? Why you talking about? See, that's all you gotta do. You shut that shit down. Look, bitch, you a goddamn. You ain't even a pothole, bitch. You a speed bump. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even a speed bump, shout it. You know what I'm saying? You a rock in the road. That's how you have to shut that shit down and put that shit back on her. Put it on her to defend herself while he just smash and dash on her. You know what I'm saying? Don't goddamn soak that shit. That shit ain't got nothing to do with you. That's between them. He tried it. He didn't like it. He came back home with the good shit in. You know what I'm saying? Run that on her. Hit me back in my inbox. Let me know how it worked for you. You welcome.
So then you come to work and you come back out of work and you have slashed tires and a keyed up car. So you shouldn't do that. What you should do instead
Shit,
is
everybody
go
got a car. Everybody got a car. Everybody got a car. Shit, we gonna all be some slashed tires, keyed up car motherfuckers. What?
This is escalating. This is not going in the right direction.
Hey, bro. Hey, listen, man. Hey, dog. The times you lose a fight is when you realize you ain't in the goddamn. When you don't want to know you in the fight. She in the fight. So fight, goddamn. Don't sit there.
I do agree.
Lean back.
I do agree she needs to fight, but take that shit to Ace Hard and bring everybody down. They don't like you anyway. They talking bad about you. Ain't gonna be no difference.
No snitching. No.
everybody else.
I'm telling you right now,
What
son.
insurance for?
Oh, you are 22. Oh, that's not what they charge for, dog. We're gonna take this
tell
out.
everybody.
That's not what they charge for. They charge for the count. All the time. All the time. Not even a little bit.
Well, anyways, this is not a good situation, no matter how you handle it. Whether you do it Rodney's way, which is, next thing you know, family's going to get involved, or you do it my way, which, could get you fired. Either way, it's not good.
Hey, I ain't know about this.
It's not good.
If she talking
Your
shit,
man screwed you over.
no, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. He knocked up one of the coworkers. Oh,
He ain't knock her up. He just fucked.
Still.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's a high level of disrespect.
It's bad.
That's like bringing a woman to the house, doing her in the bed.
When I thought about it from the other way around, that's when I was like, damn, that shit's kind of bad.
It's bad.
What?
If my woman had sex with somebody at my job,
But that's a false equivalence.
I would be
bro.
like, yo.
That's a false
How's
equivalence.
that a false equivalency?
Because
Well, we're supposed to take that
because men are more okay with just smashing and dashing another woman. A woman ain't alright necessarily with being smashed and dashed on. Because otherwise,
if we're saying it's 2019.
Yeah. That's just talk. Because otherwise, if she feel some kind of way about it, she wouldn't have been saying that. She would have just moved on.
I don't know.
She wouldn't have gone to work bragging about the shit, and she didn't feel like it was something to be proud of. But all she gotta do is turn the table and say, "How you gonna be proud on being treated like a hoe?" I'm using the words here. I'm not labeling anyone. I'm just listening. We fighting. I'm using fighting words.
I guess when I read this question, I didn't necessarily see it as the other woman being prideful about it. I think sometimes women are very judgmental of other women. And I just know from that female standpoint that if you know someone, if you were with their man and then they took that guy back, you're really gonna be like, wow, for real, you don't respect yourself that much. And I think that's probably what she's getting from the office. It's just people like, wow, you need to.
But they're married, so that's different.
I know it's different, but people still feel the same way.
They still feel the same.
Now, when you're married, that completely changes the game. Everything is different in marriage.
I mean, people are divorcing much more frequently these days, especially over cheating. So I think that's a deal breaker for a lot of people, and they feel like if your husband cheats on you, you need to be done with that. So
I think more people staying married through cheating than getting divorced for cheating.
Maybe.
Where are you getting this information from?
Cause I know married people who've been cheated on and cheating and got busted, and they married survived it. It's the difference between people who get married and people who get divorced. They all have the same problems. It's just that couple's commitment to the union. That's it. They going through the same shit that people who get divorced and people who stay married. They on parallel tracks as far as the bullshit they putting up with. Absolutely.
I mean, I guess I think that. I mean, there are trade-offs to every decision that you make. So you deciding to stay with your husband, this might just be the other side of that, and it sucks. But I mean, I know we probably all work in environments where people don't like us at work anyways. You go to work to do work and go home.
Not me. I like everybody I work with.
And that's a luxury for some people.
There's
Some
a
people
lot.
don't get to go to work and like everybody.
Yeah, that's very rare. Now let's go on to number 3.
Okay.
Dear JS, I have been with my man Frankie for 10 years. About year 9, Frankie decided to break up with me. We got back together 7 months later. About a week ago, I was talking to some friends when I overheard some dude describing sexual acts he did with my man about the same time we were separated. I know it was Frankie because the dude mentioned a greenish birthmark that Frankie has on the side of his balls.
Frankie got tattooed nuts.
Do I address this issue or just move on since our relationship is great at the moment? Hey, listen, yo, if you don't know, for you to ask this question, there's something wrong with you. You understand this? If homeboy telling you about Frankie's balls, you need to be out, bitch. What are you doing? Get out of there.
Wait a minute. I disagree.
Of course you disagree.
The first question we need to ask was Frankie pitching or catching? Because if you pitching, that's different than catching. Hey, go let Frankie go. Frankie too freaky.
I mean, if we're saying that this is 2019, I think we just need to apply that all the way across.
Oh no.
Yes, because
No.
there are people
No.
who are in relationships with people who identify as bisexual.
With
And
men,
But it's very rare that a woman is.
so I'm gonna say something that's probably gonna be very
I think
unpopular.
it's becoming more
And stay with
common.
it. Yeah, stay with it.
It's becoming more
I'm
common.
gonna say something that's gonna be very unpopular. I'm telling you. This is just my opinion. I don't think there's no such thing as bisexual men. I think there are gay men who like pussy and gay men who don't like pussy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I think okay. I think that's separating the label from it, but that's fine.
No, you can't be a bisexual. A man who likes to be penetrated that's a whole other end of the spectrum from a heterosexual man.
It's a spectrum. Yeah.
No, it's a whole other end, which means that it's not even in the spectrum. Like it's a different spectrum.
Oh, interesting. It's a different spectrum.
Yeah, it's a different
Kind of like
spectrum.
what I was talking about, bad and toxic. It's a different spectrum.
Okay. I don't know what
That's
kind of
a reach.
spectrums y'all know about.
There's a lot of spectrums.
Now, that's a whole different perspective. But I could be wrong. But one thing that we can say that statistically is being proven is that heterosexual women are the greatest increase of acquisition of the HIV virus. So
Explain what you just said, so for clarity purposes, they get it the most.
they're the greatest. They had the greatest
Receivers.
increase of new cases. So are y'all thinking that okay, well it's alright for him to be fluid? Something might be in them fluids. But hey, dog, do your thing. I ain't here to judge, dog. I just gave the information in my in my limited perspective.
Well, I mean, just seeing like all these different perspectives that we have, I think I would address it just because of the way that we're still looking at these type of issues. I'm sure this would be something that would bother you. And if you don't say anything about it, it's going to come out in different ways. So I think I would rather know than not. And
You rather know than not, or you rather know and then move on?
well, I would rather know than not to know. And depending on how it makes you feel, whether the answer is yes or no, then that's how you know how to proceed from there. I mean, are you going to want to keep this relationship if you find out that that's true? Right? So it's like people say ignorance is bliss, but I feel like this is a situation that's going to make you really uncomfortable if you don't know what's going on for real. So yeah, decide how you feel about that answer and go from there.
You have a dilemma. And the true dilemma is you should have had this conversation before you got back together. Who you were with, what happened. You didn't. So you find out afterwards. It's a little kind of too late. Here's the thing. Your man had a DL moment, and he planned it because he broke up with you to have it. And then he came back after he was done playing around. That's who you're dating. That's who you're with. So it's clear it did not get discussed. If he did discuss the situation with you, he didn't clarify exactly what he was saying. So that means he lied to you. So that's what you're dealing with. Assuming that you did your due diligence like most women do and find out what the hell happened. Why he broke up with you, had fun time, and then came back.
We don't know that it was fun for Frankie.
Well, yeah, we don't know. I mean, we don't. But the
Maybe
point
he
is,
did it under duress.
the point is, it was important enough for him to do it, and he broke up with you to make it happen. Now, I guess you could say, hey, he thought about it at least enough to say, I gotta break up with you. But then he comes back. So
I wouldn't say nothing to him about it because all he gonna do next time is put makeup on his balls. I'm sorry, Joe.
wow,
Nigga, why I never dance?
you put mascara on the balls. You
No,
know
that
it's
shit,
gonna,
that
you
gonna
know it's
put
gonna be
some
like the wrong color. He didn't even know what the hell to get.
Well, is that it?
Yeah, I think
And
that's
on
the,
that
that's
note-
the show.
On that note,
So, thank you for watching Kings for Queens. We're going to continue our sex and relationships series next week. Thank you for Rodney and JS for holding it down. Earlier this week, I said a little funny video talking about they did a horrible job last week. It was really the exact opposite. They did fantastic. Risha was great. I'd like to thank our great host for today, who was very way smarter than us on this segment.
Well, she was remarkably elegant for such a young lady. It gives me hope for the future.
Thank you.
Because I got 3 millennials, and I'm telling you.
So yes,
I
so
was scared for a minute.
so her name is Demaria, and she is working on her master's in clinical psychology. Is that correct?
Oh, shit. She a pro.
Clinical
She a
mental
ringer.
health.
Oh.
I mean, at 22 years old, I mean, hey,
Oh, she a ringer.
she making it happen. And so
You know what I'm saying?
we always
Like
try
me
to make
showing up
sure
at the
that
golf tournament with Tiger Woods. Come on, now. Oh, she
we
a
try to
pro.
make sure that we bring in women who are doing something or about something on the show. So this is just another one of the many high quality, high successful, quality character people that we've brought on the show. So thank you very much. Thank you for your answers. And that's it. We're going to be back 7 p.m. Same bat time, same bat channel. We are on YouTube. We're also on Instagram. Not Instagram. Facebook Live. We will soon be on a couple other channels. We'll let you know when that happens officially. Thanks again for watching. This is Kings for Queens, Comic Strategy, Rodney King, Demaria, and JS. Peace. We are out.
Man. Dude.